Before to jump in our today main topic, let me say a few words about my own background, right? My name is Virgilio Jara. I have an engineer degree from the Universidad Tecnológica Nacional with more than 20 years in this IT jungle. I started a long time ago as a net admin, network administrator. After that, moved forward to the as a Linux sysadmin. I was there a few years, 5 or 8, I don't remember well, but the thing is, uh, in the middle of that, virtualization began to appear, right, as a game changer. Virtualization not only add a completely new layer into the infra IT stack, and also expand the gaps between development and IT operation guys or sysadmin, right? And I comment that because that was the specific point into the IT history when the DevOps role start making sense, right? And okay, in at that point, I moved forward my path career in that direction and start working as a DevOps, right? After a few years, I continue move forward as a cloud architect. And this is I comment that because this is why I'm here today, sharing with you the well architected framework. Because when I found the well architected framework, I wasn't new, right? Wasn't a junior in infrastructure, IT stack, and told me a lot. Well architected framework told me a lot, give me a lot of insight about the how to think the cloud architecture, right? Let me start with my slide. Okay, in order to talk about the well architected framework, now I know we will call it WAF. I split it in three phases: who, what, and when. Who is about the audience, right? Who should be interested in this framework? Basically, everyone. CTO, architect, developers, QA, anyone. Because at some point or to another, touch in your daily basis. Again, everyone inside of the life cycle, the software life cycle should be interested in this framework. But what is the well architected framework? First of all, I'm sorry, it's a personal appreciation, but well architected framework, first of all, is a mindset, right? It's a mental tool in order to how it's a mental tool to help you in how address or approach your cloud architecture, right? It's a set of guidance, uh, best practices, and so on. And the other more important thing is measure. You can define um, define a very detailed um, roadmap in order to improve your architecture, not only design and also improve over the time. But how this framework get it? How accomplish these goals, right? WAF is has several conceptual areas like operational excellence, security, reliability, performance efficiency, cost optimization, and sustainability. But before jumping inside of this topic, I would like to put attention in Kappa key words like component and workload. In order to understand how address this framework, our architecture, we need to understand this component. There are other, but both of these are the more important. First of all, component. Component is any code, configuration, or AWS resource that together deliver against requirement, or say in another way, is a consequence of a requirement, right? And workload is a set of these components working together to deliver a business value. This workload could be in the same account or across several accounts, right? The important thing is together, this set of components deliver a business value. Other important thing is this framework is free, is for free. Doesn't have a cost. Now we're gonna go jump straight to the AWS website in order to see better about these pillars, right? Sorry, reaching this point, any question? Everything clear? I'm assuming everything is clear, but it's okay. Well, now we want to cover these both items from the well architected framework, the pillars, and the well architected tool. Comment here. The well architecture, the WAF is not only a framework, a theoretical framework, and also is a tool inside of as a feature inside of the AWS. Now we're going to cover this item. Usually, when you start, usually when you start approaching the WAF, most of people go just here. This is a generic way or generic version of the well architecture framework, right? And this is a common error because if you go here, if it's well, we have a lot of definition. Here is component. We have a description about these areas, and so on. And also we have the different pillars, right? But if you see here, just are design principles, right? It's too abstract, and sometimes that it's a problem because we don't find any specific in order to address this proposal in our daily basis, right? But why? Because this is a generic version of the well architecture framework, right? Just if you read here, if you see here, just abstract thing, nothing specific. The secret is go straight to the, for example, security pillars. Here, if we go here, we will find not only the same, not only the overview information, and also a specific task in order to address your project in this way. For example, in terms of security. Sorry. Let me go again. Here. Okay. Here, if you see, we have, for example, if you go to detection, we have a description, an overview, but in this way, the framework start becoming specific with a specific task, with a specific action in order to address your architecture. If you see here, we have a set of items to accomplish in order to improve our structure or our workload in terms of security. This is the theoretical part of the web architecture framework. The other thing is the tool, the AWS features into the AWS. For example, this is the web architecture tool. If you click here, we will have this AWS features, the WAF tool. I already set up a project for that in order to show you how we see our workload inside this AWS tool. Sorry, let me go back. I create a project. Let me here I define a workload. In this case, WAF presentation, right? After we're gonna create a new one in order to see the process. It's pretty simple. But if we go here, we have a description about which pillars we are looking for to accomplish, and milestone, we can define milestone too. And if you see here, we have this gonna have more sense when we see how create the workload, right? But for now, if you go here, we want to see a bunch of recommended improvements item related to this area, right? Performance, security, reliability, cost optimization, and sustainability. Okay, I am sure everything clear. If something is not clear, just please ask. Now we're gonna define a new workload. For example, WAF present. Just it's a pretty simple step because only with this is an owner, for example, Vito. If you want to add region, account ID. If your application is in the some application catalog or registry or catalog, this area will be here. Next one. Oh, description. Okay. WAF has a different length. Length is a subset of items we need to accomplish depending of our scenario, right? For example, if our workload are serverless is a serverless framework, is a serverless workload, sorry, we can choose this. It's a subset of the prior items, but focus on the serverless workload. Now, for this example, we're going to choose the generic WAF, and that's it. Let me move. Okay, if you see here, question answered, 0. Now we need to start reviewing our workload. This tool give us this possibility to review systematically our work. The process is pretty simple. Just if you see here, it's the same item we saw in the theoretical part, right? But here we can check if any of these items is accomplished. And so on. The rest is keep iterating about each of these items. If, for example, you have the possibility to say if any of these items not apply for your workload, and that's it. Once you have iterated over all pillars, you have a check. You have something we saw before in the first workload. Here we have our bot workload, and going back to the first one, where we have 54 question answer, the first one. Again, just I want to put attention here in the recommendation the framework does for your specific workload. For example, here, okay, this is my recommendation and this is the item in order you can accomplish, right? If you here the framework tell you what you need to do in order to accomplish that specific item. And I'm sorry. We have
Virgilio,
the one.
I have a question. I will shoot it right now. This well architecture framework tool is checking the resources that you have deployed,
No.
or it's just a theoretical, or just a tool that recommends you to implement certain things, but it's not looking inside the resources.
No. How you connect this recommendation, moreover the tool and the theoretic thing, is propose a roadmap for the client, in our case, and transform that item in Jira ticket, for example. Let me show you an example. For example, this is a real proposal for the WidePoint client verified media, where I am proposing a scenario for the big data environment, right? Goal, scope, stakeholder in this case. But here, if you see, we have a specific IDs with a priority. And in this case, if you see here, each of those ID could be, it's like a pseudo Jira ticket, right? Because any of these items could be a Jira ticket, a task, or Epic, or something like that. But in this way, you connect the theoretical thing and with a specific item to improve and the task to propose the client. Answer your question?
Yes, kind of, but that tool provides a way to validate that you implemented that solution. So, for example, logs. The recommendation is to implement a certain way to structure the logs and the logs will appear on CloudWatch. Is there any way that the tool validate that you implemented that?
No, the
Or
tool
it's a
doesn't have.
guideline that suggests you what to do?
Yeah, it's a guidance. The way to validate is by the task accomplished, right? If, for example, if you have a workload, a common scenario, you have a website, right? This website has a DNS record, a balancer, a target group, ECS services, and database, right? A simple scenario. This workload, after going through, for example, the operational excellence, if you complete not all, but the most of the part of the operational, the only way to validate the tool is you have a good metrics, good login, good observability, everything related to the information about the operational thing. In short, this tool or framework doesn't have a way to validate if your resources are compliant or not for the WAF.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, my recommendation is first, as I said before, the first mistake or error is when you approach the WAF is just see the general overview of the WAF because it's too abstract. This is the first recommendation. The second one is try to understand what is the idea behind of these items, right? Or for example, operational or security. Think in workload. Think in a specific set of resources working together, but we need the better information about that in order to have a status of the services, login, metric, monitoring, observability. This is the performance area. The second one, security, doesn't need any explanation. The cost optimization, I think, is the only need a special word or a description. Is just have the best AWS workload at the lower price. Keep in mind the rest of the pillar, right? Let me see. The last slide is about the when. When can I start iterating my workload through the WAF? The answer is at any time, or no matter what, in which phase or stage are your workload. Always is the time in order to start iterating your workload through the well architected framework. That's it, all I have for today. I don't know if there are more questions, comments, or okay, guys. That's it for me today. Excellent Friday for everyone, and have an excellent weekend. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you, Julio.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.